all of you to my YouTube channel, Animals and Pets with Partha. Today I'm going to talk to you on a very special subject. The subject that was touched by Norel Hammond and Robin Price. They have a group on Facebook, if you can care to search. It's a very informative and educative group, and if you can, people who are interested to learn dogs might as well try and join that group. So they do deal in topics which are very necessary, and they feel that our dog game is slowly slipping away and would do better if they remember on what basis that all these rules and all these sort of systems were built. Well, the idea of dog shows, as you know, of course, is to better the betterment and the preservation of the breeds in its original form, how they were all developed by the developers. So these are all man-made species, and over centuries they have been maintained, and they have a specific standard, and we are to judge to the standard. Well, one very important thing that we are missing out today, especially in India, I would like to bring the topic up, and I would like to tell you is the temperament. The temperament is so important in a dog, because here in today's world, people, when they go to buy a dog, if it's a Labrador, they read what the temperament should be, and they feel possibly, they're confident that they want Labrador because they like the temperament. But then when they buy, they get something else. That is because this preserving of the standards and in its original form, and it's not only the physical, not only the skeletal, but also the other parts like the phenotype and the genotype, and of course all the characteristics of the breed. Now what has happened is, in India we have seen that when I started judging, and many years ago, when I first started going abroad, I saw that any dog that was not cooperative with the judge, or tried to bite the judge or attack the judge, would be penalized and would be deregistered if they were over 6 months old, because they feel after 6 months they are beyond the stage of correction. Well, but in India it's completely different. It's because it's so much of politics, and the syndicate which has actually been ruling this game, they have been actually you see biters, you see dogs that are all the foreign judges that come from all over, some time or the other, of course, would have when they are in the ring, they of course they're ring stewards. They will alert the judge, don't go near, the dog might bite. So these are dogs that shouldn't be coming to dog shows. They should be deregistered and removed from the registration completely. But then it's not done, because it's all politics, it's all money. Because that vicious dog is a renowned, good-looking, top-looking dog, and it produces very well. So the breeder is and that pedigree is being used, and that dog is a prolific stud dog. So the syndicate has actually, even the judges, the Indian judges that have been promoted by the syndicate, they are also, if they see a vicious dog or judge a vicious, they don't find any fault in it, and they don't report it that it should be deregistered, or the kennel club does not take any heed to it. Well, because it's all matter of money. It's all corruption. Now see, there are so many things that we need to. This is the most important factor, because when people today go to buy a dog, they go to the internet, they Google, they take the breed standard out, then they read about the characteristics and all other things, apart from the structural and other things. So now, if it's so mixed, you will find vicious Labrador, which is so much against the breed. You will find so many breeds that shouldn't be vicious, but they are. You will find Rottweilers, they should be bred to, because they're big dogs, strong dogs, and temperament is of very vital importance. Because when people keep these dogs at home and they turn vicious, they don't know what to do. And a lot of them leave them on the road, they take them on the car and leave them and run away. And then, it becomes finally they run over or they're just, whatever. So this has been the situation in India. There is no system of deregistering vicious dogs. And people today have become used to buying from pet shops. They don't buy from breeders. Breeders are not, actually, first of all, slowly we are losing out on all the breeders because the Indian breeds are not being promoted at all, bred in India dogs, even if they are much, much superior. But once they are bred in India, the judges will not put it up. They would rather put up an imported dog over a bred in India, and not only that, they have foreign handlers and things like that. And, lot of ladies, even ladies, lady handlers are brought in to, so instantly the judge knows that that is the dog that is not only imported, but he also knows who is the owner. Because all the shows here are fixed by the syndicate and his group of corrupt judges. I don't say all the judges are corrupt. There are certainly, definitely, some very good judges. But talking about the temperament, there is no way that you can really deregister a bad-tempered dog. So they're all over. I've lived with it, and I'm living with it even today. Because there's no one will take heat, and that ill-tempered dog will come show after show. In case they snap at the judge may not award the dog, And the other factor that I would like to bring, a point that I would like to bring up is, the judges must also be trained how to approach the dog, which is so important. There is no way, no Indian judges are trained by anybody. It's just the syndicate who is just, promotes whoever, he takes money and just makes judges. So, unless, of course, some judges take pains and they take, they try to educate themselves, they learn from foreign judges and other, and they read books and they know that how they should approach the dog so that it's not, they don't rattle the dog, they don't go from behind and just start touching it. So, these are factors that has to be taken into account, and I would say that it's a very bad, is that our Indian dog shows are full of dogs which are very, very bad-tempered. And all our judges are allotted, the ring stewards, they'll tell you that don't go near the dog, so you got to judge from afar. And because it's an accepted norm, judges also give them awards. So you have a vicious dog which is a grand champion or whatever. So, what happens is there is no harm in breeding from that dog. So there is no message, there is no way that we are trying to improve the breed or preserve the breed standards as it was made. With this, I won't go further, I won't take up much time. This is very important. So, so I would suggest that, when you buy dogs, it is better you see the parents and, understand the temperament. We are at Partha's hideout, homestay that I have made in Darjeeling district. It's close to the Chaurasta, Darjeeling Chaurasta, which is called the mall. And you see the view here, and then you also see this is the outside structure of the entire homestay. It's got a restaurant for, additional restaurant. Of course, we do have a in-house kitchen and dining for the boarders who come and stay here as tourists. And we do organize all the tours. We pick up people from Bagdogra Airport, and we also pick up from NGP, New Jalpaiguri and Siliguri railway stations. So here is the view. We have a stable here on the right, which is for our horse, Pyara. You can have a ride on Piara if you happen to be staying at our place. Finally, I would like to sort of draw your attention to the beautiful mesmeric views of nature and wildlife that abounds this jungles of Darjeeling. Well, please do subscribe to my channel and of course click on the bell button so that you are intimated on all the episodes that I keep doing from time to time. And these are very important episodes for people who are going to buying dogs, which is they're buying from the pet shops, but then but they don't know where the pet shop animals have come. The sellers get the dog, maybe they exchange 5 hands before they reach, so they're not aware of what pedigree that dog belongs, whether the parents are biters or not. That is the important thing that I've been talking about, is that they must have stable temperament. No dog is allowed to be vicious, because dogs are supposed to be man's best friend. So any dog, any breed, if when the handler is handling it in the show, it must allow the judge to touch it, feel it, and without So we as judges must understand temperament of dogs. You can look at the eyes and you see, you can understand that whether the dog is of stable temperament or not. So these are very important factors, and so please. I have done about 200 episodes already on animals and pets with Partha, and I am thankful to all the support that I have got from animal lovers across the country. Bye bye for now. See you again soon with my new episode.